Hey everyone, welcome back. I am the Electrical Code Coach from electricalexamcoach.com, and this is lesson 8.2 in our video series. And in this lesson, we're going to learn how to size overcurrent protective devices for non-continuous and continuous loads. Let's get to it. What size breaker would you use if you had a 56 amp load on a piece of equipment? Step 1, find the total connected load. The known load as of right now is 56 amps. Now we check for demand factors. In this case, it doesn't mention that it's a continuous load or it's running for any specific amount of time. It also doesn't call out a specific type of equipment, like a motor or air conditioner compressor, that might lead us to other sections of the code. Therefore, there are no demand factors. We head over to table 240.6a and we select the next size up. In this case, we have a 56 amp load, which would lead us to select a 60 amp overcurrent device. Great job. What size breaker would you use if you had a 34 amp load on a piece of equipment? Step 1, find the total connected load. The known load as of right now is 34 amps, but we gotta check for demand factors. There are no continuous loads and there are also no specific pieces of equipment, so therefore there are no demand factors. We're gonna head to our table 240.6a and we're gonna choose the next size up, which in this case would be a 35 amp breaker. And that's where I want to take the time right now to point out that you should always go to the table and verify the size that you should choose. This is where you can let field experience burn you when you're in the testing center. Because if we're out in the field and we see a 34 amp load, we might put that on a 40 amp breaker. So you might see 34 amp load inside the testing center and automatically assume that the next size up is 40. But you have to go by the values in the table. The correct answer in the field and in the testing center in this case would be a 35 amp breaker. Let's get to it. What size breaker would you use if you had a 40 amp load on a piece of equipment? Step 1, find the total connected load. The known load right now is 40 amps, but we check for demand factors. And in this case, there are no continuous loads or specific piece of equipment, therefore there are no demand factors. We're going to head to table 240.6a. Even though we feel confident that it's a 40, I want you to always be in the practice of flipping to the table and verifying that you have the correct size breaker. And in this case, we land right on a standard size, so we're going to select 40. And we select D. Great job. What size breaker would you use if you had a 26 amp load in a house and it's known that it will run for 4 hours at a time at full current? Step 1, find the total connected load. Our known load as of right now is 26 amps. Now we got to check for demand factors. In this case, it's going to qualify as a continuous load. Any load that's expected to run for 3 or more hours at its full current must have that 125% continuous load multiplier. So we take our known load multiplied by 1.25. That gives us a new known load of 32.5. In that case, we would round up to 33, and that's our new known load. Then we head to table 240.6a, and we choose the next size up. And in this case, it's going to be a 35 amp breaker. Great job. What size breaker would you use if you had a 40 amp load in a house and it's known that it will run for more than 5 hours at a time? Step 1, find our total connected load. Our known load as of right now is 40 amps. But we must check for demand factors. And in this case, we have our continuous load multiplier. It's very important to note that the test makers will put different numbers of hours to see if you're paying attention. They'll put, what if the load runs for 16 hours or 20 hours? If it's anything 3 hours or more, it's going to have that 125%. We take our known load multiplied by 1.25, and that gives us a 50 amp new known load. We head to table 240.6a, and we're going to land directly on a standard size breaker, which is a 50. So we come back and select A. Let's get to it. What size breaker would you use if you had a 47 amp load and it was expected to run indefinitely? Step 1, find the total connected load. Our starting known load is 47 amps. Now we check for demand factors. And in this case, it gets that 125% continuous duty, just like a continuous load. We take our starting known load, multiplied by 1.25, and that equals 58.75. And in this case, we would round up. So 59 is our new known load. Now let's head to table 240.6a. And in this case, we're going to select the next size up, which happens to be a 60. Great job. That's the end of lesson 8.2. And I want to take this moment and encourage you and let you know that you're doing a great job and keep up the hard work. And just don't forget the reasons that you're doing this for your family, for your career, for taking your family from where you guys were to where you guys are going. Because it's easy when we get exhausted and it's hard and we're on our way to that next level to forget all the reasons that we're doing this in the first place. I want to let you know that I'm here for you. Anything that you need, you can always just email me at electricalcodecoach@gmail.com. I am the electrical code coach, and my bargain is that these videos will add value to you, and you will in turn add value to others. Let's get to it.